Hi guys, welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I'm going to go over the proxy statement for AMC, guys. It's here. Let's see. The cutoff date was April 22nd. So if you hold shares on April 22nd of this year, then you're going to have a vote. Your proxy materials should be in the mail. Go ahead and get with your brokerages, see what it does, see how you can vote. And then there's three things to vote on. One is the board of directors. Two is going to be to reinstate their audit committee, which is Ernst & Young, they call them, EY. And then lastly, the compensation package for those said board of directors. So I've seen videos out there. I've seen tweets. I've seen Reddit. Everybody's saying they're voting no on everything only because these guys don't deserve to be at work. You know, I've had two people, give Adam Aaron all the credit in the world. We want to give them all our money. That's fine, guys. They're not doing a stock split. They're not doing a dividend payout. They're not doing anything beneficial for your short thesis. And then in addition to that, the company itself is not running at all-time high. But these guys are getting paid at an all-time high level. And why? Because they fell backwards into this squeeze. And the squeeze is retail. Retail actually bought out AMC, saved them, and that's what happened here. So we're going to talk about it in detail because I want to talk about a couple of people here. As I go down, we don't care about the proxy materials. It's a no-name company going to do it. DK King, whatever they're called, DF King and Company, $15,000 what they're paying them, plus fees, which is fine. The two board of directors seats that are open are going to be the dudes from Wanda Group. They're leaving because they're no longer hold X amount of shares in the company, which is weird because Lee E. Whitlinger, that's his name. He's been on the board of directors since 2018. Okay, he's in charge of the compensation for the executives, and he's a chairman of that committee. And what's crazy is he's also one of the directing managers for Silver Lake. So Silver Lake, if you guys don't know the story, AMC owes Silver Lake $600 million, okay, because of past debt. Silver Lake goes, no problem. You guys can go ahead and pick up this debt, hold on to it for us, but we're going to put one of our guys on your board of directors. Does it sound familiar? It's what AMC is doing to HYMC Minecraft right now. Crafting. They put Sean Goodman on that staff just to be like, hey, we hold a vote now at the table. Well, these guys hold a vote too, but it's an inside vote because Kathleen Paulus, she's a director. She is on executive board of directors, and she's being right here. If you see her name, it's here. Kathleen M. Paulus. She's the person who's in charge, and she's the reason why AMC bought all these digital new projectors, $200 million, $25 million. I don't know how much it costs, but they bought a shit ton of them, right? She's the one who worked out that deal. But who is she? Who is she, guys? She used to work for the same audit company that they're trying to vote in right now. It's an inside deal. The audit company, which is Ernst & Young, they call them EY. These guys have been involved with AMC and running their numbers and getting fees for it. Kind of like the Boston Consulting Group. That's the same thing, the EYP. So EY put somebody on the board of directors, and they put this female on there for AMC, and now they're making decisions for AMC. Compensation packages. Everything you can name, they're the ones in charge. AMC, the board of directors, are not, it's not like Adam Aaron's in charge, CFO's in charge. No, but they're the ones, they're the puppets. The other people pulling the strings, well, these are these guys that I'm naming, okay? So when you go through this, the compensation package is what you're voting on, really. You're not voting on anything else. Whoever we put in there, doesn't matter. You can put anybody you want on the board of directors, right? Wouldn't matter. Do you know how much they're getting paid? It is crazy. I looked at it and I was breaking it down. As I go down, you see here's the nominating and corporate governors, whatever. Here they are. Chairman, look at this. Lee E. Whitlinger, whatever his damn name, he's the chairman of the compensation committee. That guy right there is Silver Lake. The chairman over here, this Anthony J. whoever, nobody cares who the hell he is. We care about Kathleen M. Paulus. She is right there, and she's the auditing firm. So it's from the inside out. They're trying to destroy this whole thing. And Sean Goodman is who they picked. They handpicked Sean Goodman, the CFO, and then they agreed to give him an increase of 100% increase on pay for the next 3 years. I'm going to show you guys a crazy number, okay? Because when you're voting, and you guys can vote however you want, I don't understand how you guys can give raises. I could never give this raise, okay? I'm going to show you guys right now. It's coming up. But the raise that they're giving the board of directors and the CEO are well beyond the cost of living raise, well beyond inflation, whatever you want to call it. I don't care how much you call it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for a company that is under, completely under, to have this type of payment for their executives. You know, when they gave them raises back during COVID, they said, oh, because you guys navigated. You guys actually swam through the sea of we are not operational, but yet we cut out all the operational losses, right? So they're not operating at a loss, so therefore they were I don't know, not as bad, you should say. We actually survived it. Guys, I'm going to explain it to you this way so I don't run around it. In October of 2020, before AMC diluted their shares all the way up to the tune of 500 million, where they're at right now, the board of directors agreed to cut off the board, as in to say you don't have to hold X amount of shares. Did you guys know that? They actually told the board, guess what? We're going to suspend the fact that you have to own. There's a whole clause coming up right now, guys. You guys know I read all this, but we're going to get there in a minute. As we scroll down, you're going to keep reading. Right here, they have 1.6 billion cash or cash equivalents. They opened up over 21 new movie theaters. We all know that they closed more than 80, so it's kind of a net loss on that one. But hey, I wish them the best of luck. They did this whole thing, look at Make Movies Better with Nicole Kidman is what they're pointing out there. They're doing free NFTs. They want to tell you about that. Anything, and I've learned this about Adam Aron in his annual shareholders meeting, because I listened to all of them over the last 2 years, and he always says, well, we've done enough, we've survived, we've already raised enough capital, we don't need to raise anymore, we could survive all the way until 2023. We could survive all the way until 2021. And you know what they keep doing every single quarter? Raising more capital. I.e., and that's at your expense, because what they're doing is it's just at the money, at the market offering. It's not that they're making money for any business practice they're doing. Nothing like that. They're just offering more shares. They're diluting your profits or your net gain. So if I'm a shareholder for the last 2 years, which I have not been, I have been a shareholder off and on, but I can't come to it any longer. I cannot hold this stock. I cannot buy this stock any longer because the equivalent of raises is well beyond my own. When I look at this CFO, look at this, CFO under an annual incentive plan was increased from 70 to 100% of the base salary. How in the hell can you go to 100% of base salary for a company that's not operating at a profit? But, you know, what can I do? They say it's with market conditions and you can't really hold them down. But the crazy part is this. I could break all those graphs down, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Right here, guys, the percentage of increase for this company, two guys, the two bad characters that I've been calling out from day one, 20% annual increase, 18.5% annual increase. Everyone else is 3%. Everyone else that has anything to do with this company, I don't care who you are, you're at 3% increase, kind of like most corporate companies. Not these guys. These guys are doing it tenfold. Look at this compensation. He is guaranteed to earn, I wish you guys knew, Adam Aron cannot earn less than $1 million in a bonus. He's guaranteed $1 million in a bonus. In addition to that, he's guaranteed, whatever the stock price is, 900,000 shares a year. Yes, it takes time for them to vest. That's why you can't sell them all up straight. But that's what the RSUs are, okay? There's RSUs and then there's PSUs, performance stock units. So his RSUs are already at 900,000. Look at this, RSUs, 900,000. His performance RSUs, 900,000. So this is why he gets to tell you he owns 1.8 million shares. He does not own 1.8 million shares. He has to stay with the company for 3 years before those get vested. So he's going to give it time. So he wants to be here until 2025. What's the year? 2022. So anything he's getting right now, he wants to get paid on. Guys, what's the price per share? We said 13 bucks, right? But what's the average for the year? Well, let's just call it 20 bucks. I'll just be fair with you guys. I don't know how it's ever going to get back to 30, 40, 50, but $20 a share, right? You understand he's making $20 million on stock options and then $20 million on performance options. So your RSUs and your PSUs, you're already at $40 million plus base salary plus bonus. You're almost $50 million a year for a company, for a guy who does nothing but lie and manipulate and carry on. As we would say, he's just dragging this out for as long as he can. But that's okay. We'll keep going down, guys, because what you clarify as a tranche year, right? You're like, oh, it was a low year. It was There was a COVID shut down all the movie theaters. You can't blame them for that. Okay, but we still gave him a performance stock bonus, a PSU. We still gave him that, and he still sold it off. Okay, but let's go back to something else. Let's keep going down. If you guys don't understand any of this, I'll keep breaking it down brick by brick. Here it is. Here's the one I want you guys to understand. How this is a setup for you retail. They set you up last year, and you don't even know it, and I tried to help everybody, but no one's listening. Here you go. Due to the company's then depressed stock price, which was all to their own doing. It wasn't that they were getting shorted, guys. They weren't doing anything wrong. Everyone came through, and everyone knows exactly what happened. They diluted the shares. They diluted the shares of their company tenfold to raise money. Look what it says. On October 28th, 2020, hey, my brother's birthday, the Compensation Committee suspended the company's stock ownership guidelines. For a whole year, 13 months, guys, they suspended the company stock ownership guidelines. Now they want to reinstate them as of November 2nd. So now as of November 2nd, the CEO must hold 8 times their base salary. CFO must hold 6 times. The EVPs and the senior VPs must hold 4 and 2. Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem when you say, well, they must hold that much of their base salary? Because it's an inflated stock price is one. So the higher the stock goes, the less they need to own. That's why they're selling. So if the stock ever came down to $5, well, then maybe they need to hold on to a lot more than what they have. But it's not coming down to $5. And why? Because everyone's inflating at this point. But does that really matter? No, because if you read the fine print here, they have up to 5 years to get to that level. So do they ever really have to hold these shares? Never. Every company has guidelines like this. This is the first time that I've seen a company suspend the guideline. And that's exactly what they did. They suspended it for 13 months. And in those 13 months, every Jack and Jill sold every single damn share they own. That whole company. That is the problem. That is a problem I have for anyone understanding what AMC is doing as a company. You guys can all be in it for the short reason. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm not done with this yet. We're almost there. Adam Aron's making crazy amount of money each year. Okay, he's making close to $50 million a year. It's not a facade. He actually pocketed somewhere around 50 something just off of shares that he sold. And the same thing with Sean Goodman. This guy almost made $20 million, which is crazy. Just being part of the Harvard connection is how he got there. But to keep him, they're giving him bonuses. That's Sean Goodman. They're trying to tell you that he's a person they don't want to lose. And I wouldn't even go that route. He just came onto the team December 2nd, 2019. He was there for 3 months. Pandemic hit. And this guy got paid $4 million, $5 million the first year off of a salary of $700,000. His previous salary at his auto place that he used to work, $400,000. Guys, for a guy to go from $400,000 to $20 million a year, that's what he just made this year. Do you understand what that is? That's on your back, not mine. So I try to give you this info. There's nothing here that I'm not lying to you. I'm not painting a different picture for you. This is your picture to paint. This company's losing money every year, yet they're giving out PSUs like they're not. And that's performance stock option. Like, you cannot imagine, guys, that people are getting paid bonuses for losing money and running it into the ground. The only magic trickery here is you. It's you. The individuals that tweet out that say he's a savior, he's a silverback. He's the furthest thing from it, guys. I wish you guys could see it in my eyes. Let's talk short squeeze, because I can go through all this all day. This is absolutely crazy, this whole statement. As I went through it and I saw how much they're making, I saw everything, and it just blew me away. But Walmart, shout out to Walmart, they do all this for me. Guys, everyone's going to tell you there's synthetic shares in this company. I mean, every time you have a guess on, well, you know, AMC is a really short, and then you'll see a glitch like on TD Ameritrade and be like, man, it has, 4,000% short interest. That's what it showed in that flash, but it's always crazy. There's always these flashes every now and then that keeps people holding too. What if the flashes are done on purpose? I'm just asking. What if they're done on purpose? I know what I can prove on GameStop. You know what I can prove? They have a great leadership team. They're not overpaid like these guys, and they're doing the right thing. They're cleaning up Wall Street. They're cleaning up their consulting firms, and they have direction for that company. Plans in working order right now. Within this month or two, it's going to be pretty wild. The only manipulation I've ever seen on AMC was to counter whatever was happening with GameStop. Sounds crazy, right? So GameStop announces it's going to go into the S&P 400 mid-cap. And you know what happens? ETFs have to adjust for that reason. That then in turn gives you forced buy-ins. Well, the forced buy-ins for any index fund that trades off of that, any ETFs that trade off these index funds, right? They want to represent a certain percentage of GameStop shares now that they're in the S&P 400 mid-cap. So what does AMC do? AMC goes crazy, through the roof, for no reason at all. None. Absolutely crazy, all the way to $74, all the way to $72, comes right back down. The same time, GameStop's readjusting. You don't think, I'm just curious, you don't think AMC should be out of the Russell 2000? Or are they going to keep dropping the price to make sure they never get out of there? But when they do get out of the Russell 2000, GameStop ends up being in the S&P 500. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think they're going to have to do to AMC to make it counter what GameStop is doing? Oh, it's the hedge to it, guys. They got you guys screwed a long time ago. The minute they found out retail was willing to jump onto the ship of AMC, they got their claws in that. And that is what screwed everyone over. The manipulation of YouTube, Reddit, all the subreddits, everything. Any girl with tits and ass is telling you to buy AMC and BBIG and MMAT and any other stock that can get pumped and dumped in front of you. Yet you guys want to hang on to a dying company. There's no doubt in my mind. There is no innovation. There's no direction. There's straight smoke and mirrors. I'm the only guy standing on my own 2 feet to tell you this. It's an inside job. Kathleen Paulus is A&Y. She has been for the last 4 years. They're part of the compensation committee. They're the ones allowing these raises to go through. You're paying yourself. And the only people that are suffering are AMC investors. The only ones that are making a profit are the insiders. If you think there's manipulation on this stock, what the hell wouldn't the insiders know? The insiders know everything that you don't know, in addition to what you do know and what you think you know. And even they sold. Even they sold at 40, 50, 60, 30, 20. And you're still here at 13. Good luck. I'm not here. I'm not against you. I'm a normal guy just like you. But I buy GameStop. And I'm not afraid to say it. Good luck either way, guys. That's your AMC breakdown of your proxy vote. What does it mean? It means that everyone's making money but you. Remember that. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. And I'll see you around, millionaires. Peace.